This past weekend, LSU fans were delighted to see Nick Brossette get in the end zone for the DC Defenders in the XFL, and he's good enough to join us here on AFR. Nick, great to hear from you, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
You're doing fantastic. All right, so off to the races. You get in the end zone for the first time there in the XFL. How did it feel?
Oh, yeah. It feels good, scoring my first touchdown in XFL. I'm out here just enjoying myself and just having fun with the guys here. Just really just having fun with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of LSU guys on that roster as well. I know Malachi's on that roster. Anthony Johnson got picked up there by DC as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Montgomery's there also. What's it? Do you guys have sort of a community within the locker room, all the LSU guys?
Yeah, we definitely have a connection. And I was talking to AJ the other day at the dinner table. I was asking him about his class when he came into LSU and how it's different from when he was there and when I was there. And we were just, having a good time with each other and just talking about the coach staff and Coach Moffett, how he used to yell and stuff like that.
Used to.
Yeah, well, he still is.
So, hey, what did he say about it? What did Anthony Johnson say about his class, that signing class back in 2011?
I just remember that class because they had Jeremy Hill, they had him, that was some studs back in the day, and it still is. And, I just remember just watching those guys just get together and just make something out of nothing,
Jarvis, Odell, they called themselves the Fam. That was a squad, man. Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Your path has been interesting. Obviously, you patiently waited your turn at LSU. You have a 1,000-yard season as a senior. Go to the combine. Patriots, Lions, around the NFL. Now you find yourself in the XFL. How has this gone? How has your pro football journey gone relative to what you thought it would look like?
I kind of went through some adversity. It was up and downhill, but that just comes with it. I'm still playing football and I'm still enjoying it. So I'm just really just living in a moment and just enjoying it each and every day. And just trying to get back to the NFL, but mostly I'm just enjoying it with these guys and just making myself better, making my game better.
Would you say, Nick Brossette's our guest, would you say that is the objective of most guys in the XFL, to get back or get to the NFL?
Yeah, I would say so. People take different paths to get there, and you never know people's stories. But once I got to this league and this team, I was finding out different people's stories and how they were trying to get back in the league. And it's interesting, just being around older guys. And they have some people my age as well that I knew already that were doing this league. And we just enjoying it and, just getting the experience and stuff like that.
Nick, if you would, walk me through what the process was like for you to end up in the XFL. Like where were you the first time they reached out or however that happened to now ending up on a roster?
I think they contacted my agent, I think as soon as I got released from the Patriots. But I had different workouts, and that's when the Lions had picked me up right afterwards. And they released me. So they just kept in contact with my agent, and I had workouts with different NFL teams. So I just decided to do this journey because, I just wanted to prove to myself and people out there that, I'm a good back. I'm a 3-down back. And I'm belonging in the NFL, and I'm just enjoying it, just having fun. So it's a good journey.
Is the fact that it's a league that starts after the NFL season, is that something that you consider being beneficial as opposed to a league that would be during the traditional season? How do you weigh the pros and cons of that?
The pros, I was looking at it so. It's in the off season, so when this season ends in April, I will be already acclimated and ready for OTAs and minicamp and things like that. So I will be in shape. I'm getting compensated for it, and I'm just playing the game that I love. So why not do it? Just for 3 months and everything. So it really just boiled down to that, and I'm feeling like it right now. It's a good turnout.
Nick Brossette's our guest. Just educate me here. Does the contract structure work where if an NFL team wanted to pick you or sign you after this XFL season, as you mentioned for OTAs, could they do it?
Yeah. That's how it goes. So we'll see how it goes in April. That's supposed to how it's supposed to go.
How would you compare the experience in the two leagues, being in a camp for the NFL and now being on an XFL roster?
Say it one more time.
How would you compare the experience of being on an NFL roster, being on an XFL roster?
I wouldn't really compare it. But I'm just out here just having a good time and just get to know these guys and just to learn from them because most of these guys played in the NFL, so me learning from these guys and see what I can pick up from their game and put it in my game, and just enjoy the process and just have fun with it.
What would you say? And I guess I'm curious. Like, we have a lot of these conversations sometimes in different leagues. Like if a guy goes and plays in Europe, okay, like in basketball, it's like, all right, what's the biggest difference playing basketball in Europe as opposed to like being on an NBA roster? So like, is it defense? Is it speed of the game? Like, where would you say is maybe the differences, good or bad, just differences playing on an NFL roster and an XFL roster?
I would say there's really no superstars. Everybody is trying to get back to the big league. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So really, I think we all we come in here to get our job done and just to enjoy the process and get film and just to win ball games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough question.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get that it's still it's new. You know what I mean? Like we're all like you just have the experience of being on the roster, but we're all collectively watching the XFL and trying to figure out is this one of those leagues that's going to make it? But so far, I mean, it's got TV ratings. The attendance has been strong.
Yeah.
It looks like it's something that's succeeding. You're from the outside looking in. Does it feel like that for you being inside?
Yeah, definitely. I know. Like just here in DC, just like home games and everything. We've been having a lot of fans come out and support us. And I want to say our stadium. We play at the soccer stadium at Audi Field downtown DC. And it holds like 20,000. In the first game, we had 17,000 in the stands. And it was a good attendance. So I think a lot of people had fun. They made it interesting and everything. So I think a lot of people liking it right now.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. I've said this a lot, Nick. It doesn't have to be the NFL to be successful. And
Right.
I think what we're seeing is a league that's a spring football league that's actually succeeding and could make it. A couple more minutes here with Nick Brossette. He's on Twitter at @nbrossette. Give him a follow. What was it like for you watching LSU this year offensively? Just
They was. I'm so proud of those guys. They was going crazy. Clyde, Jordan, and the receivers. I'm just so happy for all of them, for Coach O and T-Rob and all those guys. I just enjoyed it with them. I feel like I was a part of that team, and I feel like I helped them get to that point. So it was an interesting year for them.
Did you get a chance like to talk any trash this year? Like all the LSU guys, they all wear their gear and it's like NFL LSU and all that stuff. Like, did you please tell me at some point during the year you got a chance to talk trash?
I was talking trash the whole entire year.
All right, to who? Give me some juice. Like, give me some juicy details here.
I remember. Okay, I went. So I was at the LSU and Alabama game, and after that game, I remember I tweeted. I said, "LSU receivers better than Alabama receivers," and it caught fire. It was crazy. Everybody was liking it and commenting on it. It just went viral, I think.
Man, like I don't think anybody's arguing after the way they played this past season. Now we also learned that Tommy Robinson, who you just mentioned a minute ago, is headed to Texas A&M. So first of all, give me a thought on the job Tommy Robinson did at LSU.
I think Tommy Robinson did a tremendous job. He helped develop me and Clyde, and he had some time with Darius and Darryl, and he's a really good person off the field, and he's a really good coach as well.
So he's going to be replaced now that we know by Kevin Faulk, and everyone I've talked to, players, staff, on field, everyone just raves about Kevin Faulk. What's your experience been like with Kevin?
Kevin Faulk, he's a legend. He taught me so many things. I'm glad that Coach O had got him on staff while my time was there, because he helped develop me as well. Just having him in the room with me and Clyde, he he taught us a lot of stuff as well. You know, I watched a lot of film with him, a lot of just technique things. You know, I also asked him about things about the Patriots and stuff, and he helped me a lot, especially with my game and just things off the field as well.
Do you think, what would it be like if you were to recruit today, being recruited by Kevin Faulk?
I mean, why wouldn't you come to LSU? You know, you get recruited by the best, and he's a legend. You know, so that's hard to turn that down.
I know there's a lot of people excited about having him on staff, man. There's a lot of people back home still pulling for you, man. Watching the DC Defenders in the XFL and pull for you, get a shot back in the NFL when OTAs roll around later this spring, man. We appreciate a couple of minutes. Congrats on that first score, and we'll be in touch, all right?
All right, appreciate you.
It's our pleasure. That's Nick Brossette, former U-High Cub, former LSU Tiger, now at the DC Defenders in the XFL. He's on Twitter at @nbrossette. Y'all give him a follow. Shout him out. We appreciate Nick for a couple of minutes.